And I know at this stage everyone is chanting pam 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 pam. It is the time for us to do that beautiful conversation with Shatta Wale, and it is an industry-centered conversation. Personally, when I saw that post on his timeline that he's postponing his album release, I was asking myself, oh Shatta, why now? Why now? Why now? Well, we can only ask questions because people are still releasing albums, people are doing stuff. I'm all for it also. And what is it with the Shatta movement empire and their boss as to why he decided to do that? But then I'm not going to do this conversation alone. I have great people who understand the in and out of our industry. I'm talking about Nanaya Redu from Muse Africa. Here Muse Africa is 5 solid years. Wow, then congratulations. Hey! And there's like also now share news share say kwame share city here. Somebody is somebody.
Oh, and the credit, and I mean the credit, and that's me too, baby. So and the credit, but yeah, I finishing come share t-shirts. And look like the whole Africa, the biggest concert, my t-shirts. And then yeah, 5 is good, but your share achievements now you per se. Maybe ever see do now. I feel that 5 is good, but we have bigger things to do.
Okay.
And see, why don't I just calm down on my celebrations and focus on the 10th anniversary? Inshallah, I may be a choir. That one, it will be done in a 10 years.
So 5 years contribution and impact no Ghana industry in medicine so far. I
think that so far we've been very consistent with influencing the culture of music in Ghana. I mean, if you look at the Muse live events over the years, from the likes of Kwams and Flavor, Eugene Official, we Mr. Easy was on our platform. You know, we brought Big Shark. The thing goes
yeah.
If you look at
Big Shark back Ghana.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Understand? And I feel contribution towards the culture, like leading the industry matters, like with series like Transform, you know, and all that. I feel say ideally, and I feel so programming wise, we've been playing and supporting Ghana music on our TV blog for 5 years consistency. So you know, we've been able to support talent. And I feel Teens by Muse, Swaba, supported talents. You know, people think that Teens by Muse is just music. No, it's actually it's music and film. And we actually sign in raw talents, and we have some big announcements with some talents. We are signing our musicians very soon. We will announce them. It's a whole marketing package. So I think that 5 years, it hasn't been easy. You know, the website has been doing amazingly well. Social media has been amazing with the level of organic consistency that we've built over the years. With Muse Africa, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, it tells you the content there tells you the quality of things that we produce.
Okay.
You understand? So yes, do we wish to have been somewhere better? Yes. Do we hope to get there? Yes. But 5 years, I think that we've done what we need to pat ourselves in the back and say, yo guys, kudos, and let's move on to the bigger.
Thank you so much. No, I understand Kwame Dazi is sporting his City TV and City FM shirt. I also want to know what you know about Muse Africa and whether their impact is really being felt in our industry as he's telling us.
I would rather want him to tell me more because like a lot of people out there, they don't know whether you are a media company, a record company, a digital store or whatever. I keep being confused almost every time.
Let me do this in
what are you?
Let me do this in one simple sentence.
Okay.
Muse is a media brand for millennials. So
a media brand for millennials.
So in Ghana, if we are a youth brand, so Muse competition in Ghana is YFM, Live FM. It's not hits, it's not joy. We are the go-to guys if you want to get closer to young people. So 360, what do young people like? Music. What do they like? Movies. They like conversations, right? They like news. So things that the young guy who is between the age of 18 to 35 is passionate about are the things that drive Muse. So it's your number one, and it's not just a Ghanaian brand. It also involves Africa. So let me use them as an example, right? They've built one of the most powerful clean media brand in the whole of Africa. Over 13 years, and City FM still looks as clean as it began today. City FM is your go-to for authentic, verified, credible information. So in the whole of the media space, Obianim himself, Sasemba, that's a city breaking, means that it is authentic.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the young people, between like you and I, when something happens among young people and you want the young person's perspective, you want the young person's opinion, it is news that will give you that. That's how come we do transform with young people. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Now with regards to the label parties, the industry needs a certain system to work. System like and when I said a framework of so we realized that there's no talent agency in Ghana. Every corporate body has an agency. If city wants to buy wants an advert, they go to the agency of a certain company. Other than musicians, almost percent won't even musician, and now any brand wants to work with a musician, they don't have an agency of the musician to go to.
Okay.
So that's what that's the newest thing that we just introduced.
All right.
The good thing is that with people like you and Sammy and the other guys who are supporting us, the news travels so fast. Within a short time, you would think that it's something that has been there for maybe so many years. But ideally, TXM, Teams by News, was just launched last month.
I see. Okay, so Kwame, I'm sure this one satisfies you.
Yes. Come on,
I know. Alright, so we are still monitoring them. 5 years is just the beginning for them. I read posts from most of the executives. Shout outs to Rudy Kwachi as well. And they are all talking about the fact that they want to do more, but our system might not even permit them to do all the things they want to do. But then God keeps us. We will know what to do. Okay, gentlemen, once again, thanks for coming. Thanks for your time. Now, one big thing that we're going to discuss is Shatta Wale announcing that he's postponed his album, that is the Gift of God album. And I know so many people don't understand. Some people are even saying that at this the time people are streaming more. So why are you postponing an album? Well, I'm going to read exactly what he shared on his timeline, and we'll call him to explain to us why he decided to do this. And the story on SammyFlexTV.com says, will fans of Shatta Wale be happy, or they are likely to be sad after reading this post from their top man, Charles Nyama Mensah, aka Shatta Wale? Well, the long and short of this piece is that the much awaited and talked about album of Shatta Wale titled Gift of God, aka GOG, won't be released this year. Don't think too far for the why or the reason the album is not coming out this year, because Shatta Wale himself has shared that on his timeline on Facebook. Read it unedited below, as www.sammyflextv.com has published it on its website. Now let's read exactly what Shatta Wale wrote. He said, preparation towards my studio album, Gift of God, GOG, is still underway. Myself and my team are working tirelessly to put together a timeless album that will stand the test of time and to give all my fans and music lovers around the world an unforgettable experience. We were looking at dropping the album this year, but upon second thought, looking at how the coronavirus pandemic is taking a heavy toll on mankind, we have decided to postpone the release date to next year, 2021. I will still be with you, dropping some singles to keep you waiting and entertained. Hashtag Miss Money featuring Medical is out now. Continue to stream it and enjoy the sweet melodies of all the other earlier released singles. I would like to use this opportunity to admonish each and everyone to take the virus seriously, because it is real. Follow the protocols, protect yourself at all times, wear nose mask, wash your hands regularly, and use hand sanitizers more often. Practice social distancing as well. If you have nothing important doing outside, just stay home. And the story attached, Shatta Wale is talking like the president. Yes. And the story also attached the latest single coming from him, that is Miss Money with Medical. Now, I have had a conversation with you, I think whilst I was in quarantine or so, and you even argued that this is the time to release stuff online because everyone is not moving. We are all stuck to our phones, blah blah blah. So I was so shocked when I read this from Shatta Wale that now that people are online, people are streaming, why is he postponing an album? I don't know if you start doing the analysis before we even get Shatta Wale on the line.
Charlie, this one, if I tell you, they'll talk to me, so why they give me shout out? So we
will shout out the inside. We shout out outside.
Okay, but Sammy, you see, the thing is that ideally, right, Shatta Wale is about to release an album, and yet EP. Album is a body of work. the body that represents a talent's creative piece is what is coming to release. A lot of things goes into an album. Even on the music market across the world, you need to align yourselves with what the industry is pushing. For instance, outside, you don't just get up and release an album. So your album is taken and is queued alongside the time where there'll be attention and there'll be enough marketing to be done for the album. So it's like a rotation. So all those who upload their music on iTunes, they will tell you that even when you choose a certain date, they will tell you that this date is not available. Choose another date. So some of them will tell you have to choose about 7 to 14 days. Between that time they can work on the album to release. An album, a lot goes into an album. And if an artist like Shatta Wale wants to take his time and prepare the grounds for the album, I think it makes sense. Share a Wonder Boy, right? The previous albums, not the buy. Look at the planning that went into the album. That time we had free movement. We had free movement, so you could wake up and plan a concert. So you could do the build up, and then when it's time for the album to drop, all the over 40,000 fans will meet at the Dome and have a good time. Fantasy Dome. Right now, it's not possible. And Shatta is.
But some will argue that is an album. It is not a concert you want to do.
No, you see, that's a mistake we do in Ghana. Marketing goes into an album. And but the marketing plan that follows the album is even more important than the album we are putting out. I'm spending over 100,000 to produce a body of work. I need to make at least 200,000 back before I'll think about anything. So if you watch the foreign people or the foreign artists or even the African artists, there's a lot of things that there's a merchandising plan, make sure that everything is ready, the tees, the hoodies, everything is ready.
Not to spend so much time keeping Shatta Wale on the line. The interview is not me alone. I'm sure we all know how we do it. We are all going to do this interview together. Get Shatta Wale on the chopping board, so we give it to him left, right, center to explain to us. First, good evening to you, Shatta Wale, big man. Hope you are good.
Good evening, Dr. Sammy. I'm good.
Shatta, when did I get a name? When did I get
right now, your program is top notch. So I think through this COVID times, you brought experts on your board, and I think you should be given a doctorate degree, and I'm giving you that today. I know Kwame doesn't sign that thing for me, but
yeah, I know your best friend Kwame will surely do that for you. Big ups to you, and thank you always for coming to us when we need you, especially when the fans and in the industry, when they are confused and they want to understand what really you are doing. First, I'm sure we're going straight to business. It's about a post you shared, was it Sunday?
Yeah.
You shared this post on Sunday on your Facebook timeline. We've read it, and the argument has already started that people are online, others are streaming. Of course, there have been some albums released already, even in our industry. But then, as big as you are with all the numbers you have, you decided to postpone your album to next year. And we are still not sure of all the reasons. Beside the COVID reasons you gave in your post, we are still not sure. What else should we know? What else should we know that led to this postponement of your album, Gift of God?
Zamir, thank you very much for this question, and to your people in the studio as well. I think before God and man, I just say that it's about the pressure I'm seeing in town. So we should be frank and real here, even though you guys are trying so hard to make people get entertained and stuff like that. I feel the pressure in town is too much, not for only us, the citizens, but even the government, and the kind of pressure we're going through. I'm saying it's wise also to play alongside and be patriotic. I'm not trying to play sides, but I'm trying to be that, citizen who really cares about his nation and also wants to put certain things together in the right place, because I can't be so greedy that I want money, so I have to just put out an album to get money from people. Whilst you don't know what is going on with this COVID-19 around homes, across the country. So I decided to put a few things on hold, and even though I'm putting them on hold, I'm also working with my team on some collaborations that I really want to be on the album. And I've told myself that if I don't get those collaborations, there's no way I'm gonna do this album. So it's just the pressure with COVID-19 and coronavirus, and how well I really want to structure this album. So I think what my best friend in the middle there was saying was, hey, I don't want to give my shout out.
Don't give my shout out.
No,
today I want to tell Private Daddy that you know how they feel out. He's a soldier, like this one is soldier blogger.
Soldier blogger. Okay, so among the points, one is that you've not finished with all the people you want to put on the album.
Exactly.
Okay, but then we know you to be that guy who is always not in a rush to put someone on an album. You've done it before where you decided not to feature anybody. So what has changed this time round?
Well, I was having a conversation with Mr. Easy, and that was where the Gift of God album came from. And I told him that from my heart, I'm going to really dedicate this song to him. Sometimes when God gives us the vision like this, I believe we should also let people know and let God be praised. So it was a direction I took that from, and we were actually talking about featuring everybody, on this album. Everybody in the sense that we wanted to get the best out of everybody in this album, and it's been great though with the links I've made for now. And I really want to give my fans to something that they missed me not doing, because most of them complain, Shatta, we wanted to do some collaborations, and most of them didn't know I was testing the waters of Afrobeat and the international markets. But I believe this is the time that I can explore, go all out, So this time, yes, I'm going to put people on the album, and it's going to be one great work.
I see. Now, because we are here and we are privileged to have you, who are the people you've gotten so far and who is not ready yet?
Well, if I have to mention people will be so much, among them, their stuff will picture it right Smithing things will catch them. Yeah, so I don't want to just, let people know like that, because there's an album where, I believe when it comes online, even though in times of this COVID, if I say I really want to push this and drop it, it is really going to get the space that it needs to get, because I have had good feedback from, experts, because me working with, a couple of artists in the world has given me that exposure to some people who, I've heard one or two things and they feel, if we take our time and do things well, we can get the best out of what we want in this album.
I see, guys, you can come. Yes.
Okay, so if by 2021, which is your timeline, if by 2021 COVID is still here and you're able to get all those artists on the album, are you going to release it?
That is what I'm saying. That is my target. So since I have not gotten all of them for 2020, that is why I'm not releasing it. But if 2021 I've gotten all of them, by God's grace, I'll just let the fans enjoy what they love to enjoy.
Then it means you are not holding on because of COVID, but basically because you've not gotten all the people you want on the album, right?
Well, I gave you two options here. I gave you two problems that made me put this on hold in terms of the pressure in town, and apart from the pressure in town, the artists that have not featured on my album. So these are the two things that I have not even completed with what or how I want this album to look like. So exactly, you're right with what you're saying.
Okay.
Wale, I want to find out, right? You said you were experimenting with Afrobeat for some time, but I want to find out what's the direction for the new album. Are you going to stick with the Afrobeat, or you're going to show the world how crazy you are with dancehall?
Well, that's a good question. But sometimes I tell people that we don't have to wait for the Ghanaians living abroad to show us that they can reach to that level. For example, I was listening to you and you spoke about Michael Dapa, great artist. He really pushed the map of the name of Ghana to the world. Go watch these NSG boys in London. Mixed of African people, and they are trying to push whatever they want to push out there, and people are buying into it. So basically, this is what Shatta Wale is trying to do. I'm trying to make people know that we can also do the world music. And world music comes with a certain, type of instrumentation and melodies and key progressions that can make you go there. Sometimes I tell people it's because I'm so much into engineering when it comes to music, and I've learned music a lot too. So I know what and how their projections are like. That's why they are able to get the melodies they get to the international world. So basically, it's an album, yes, to get it to the world. This time, I'm not looking back and feeling that no, if the media doesn't push or if people don't push, I can't get there. I really want people to know that this is what I have told myself I wanted to do way back from Bandana, and that is what I want to do for people. So that is why I named it the gift of God, because this is what God gave me, and this is the mission He asked me to come accomplish, and I believe it's going to be accomplished.
Nice one. But let me find out, right? Your songs, some of your songs are huge in the world. Like, I have a chat on my phone that a friend of mine who's a fan of yours called Gideon has been sending me about how some of your songs are topping like #1 records in big European and then Caribbean markets, right? If you're talking about how far you want to take this music, this album, what are some of the plans from now to 2021 that we should be looking forward to? That will tell us that this one Shatta really means it will take the tingle.
Well, that one there, you're gonna get some teasings here and there, because we've not even gotten to the end of the year, but you could see like most of the Caribbean artists are giving me like endorsements here and there. They're making me like they're preparing a way for me, like I'd say, because I've watched most of them from when I was a kid, and me seeing some of them even giving me this accolades shows that I'm doing some great work. So like the signs and wonders, like I said, 2020 gonna be a miracle. Things are happening because as we are here, like things are happening. I know people are getting marveled and surprised how things are popping up from my career. And yes, I'm on a full like tour in my career, like in terms not only with music but also with Ghana as a whole. I'm trying to get. I'm getting endorsement deals in times of Corona. I'm getting a whole lot of projects that I'm doing in times of Corona, and it's all because of Malagana, So I believe things are going to pop up. So watch out for the miracles.
I see. Now let me also come back to it. Maybe you still have to convince me more. As much as I know, when it comes to all the people who are doing the virtual shows in Ghana, your virtual show is on record as the biggest so far. I'm yet to see one that will beat you. So I was thinking that no matter what you would want to do, whether you still want to do concerts, whether you still want to do something to get closer to the people, you have the numbers, undoubtedly, you have everything. So beyond the people that you are to feature on the album that you've not gotten, is there something that you feel that when you put the album now, you are going to miss? Nanaya earlier was talking about the events that you've been doing, for instance, the rain events that we are attended at the Fantasy Dome. Are they also key factors you are considering?
Well, are you done with the question?
Yes, are they key factors you are considering? For instance, that when you release the album, you wouldn't be able to do shows, you wouldn't get events to attend, as you are going to lose money from that sector?
No. Those are not the factors. The main factors are what I spoke about. One, COVID-19, the pressure that is given the system and even the government itself. You get me? That is one thing, because I believe the government is trying so much, to really make this thing work for us. But time and time, day in and day out, we hear like new things coming up, popping up here and there. So, and I think they themselves have tried. And as a patriotic citizen, I feel to support, my country and make sure we all have that peace and harmony, so we can all go about our daily activities. That is why I have decided it's not about money. It's because I've really saved enough for me to keep myself at least from 5 years from now, if Corona is still going to stay with us. Because I've done a couple of preparations, investments here and there. So it's not about money, but even though yes, the fans, I want to see the fans and perform to them one-on-one. Those are my, my lovers. Those are my, family relation, blood relation. You know how the empire is like. I miss the fans. And if I would say it's because of anything that I'm even trying to avoid, I'm trying to avoid it just because of the fans. because I really want the fans to enjoy me from how they supported me from day one till now, and how they still yearn more for me. Because I even put songs on YouTube, and the fans go and take it and they promote it. So I believe they're the most people I need. So it's not about the money, it's not about the streams that I want to get, it's not about the people that I wanted to put on it to get more streams. It's just that I want to fulfill God's promise, because I'm seeing this album as an album where I'm on bigger platforms and perform. So I'm just saying, like, it's a thing for me to wait, and what is telling me to wait is God. It's nothing, because I could choose to disobey God, but later people start calling me Jonah, and Sammy will tease me.
I know.
Why would I say I know?
Now, let me put this one through before the rest of the guys come through. Were you not, or have you not been inspired or encouraged by the success Stonebwoy's album, that is Angoga album, is enjoying, that you are holding on yours? Because I know he has also released an album within the same hot period, but then he's achieving some good successes around the world. Were you not inspired? Were you not encouraged to also do same?
Oh, sorry, that one I can boldly say I was part of the people that made his album get those streams online, because I posted it the day he released the album. I think the day or day after, one of them, and I posted it on my Instagram, and giving him kudos and everything. I like his album. I've listened to it like a couple of times in my car, and I love it. But what I'm just saying is that Stonebwoy had his preparations way back last year, before we entered into this COVID-19 period, and I think he had a plan of releasing it at a particular time, because most artists know timings and where to release albums, maybe sometimes to even be in an award scheme, and things like that. But I would say his plans are already there like that. But I am not scared to release an album, because I'm like streams, like my streams are getting crazy now. Like Jamaicans are reacting to most of my songs I do without videos, and some of them with the videos they're reacting to it. Like people from Kenya, I got people from Russia. People can go on YouTube and check like reactions on Shatta Wale's videos. Like a whole lot of people, like from different countries. So I feel it's not anything about money. It's not anything about me being scared. It's not anything about me, trying to get a perfect plan. I'm feeling for the people, and the love I get from Ghana especially is too much, and I can't think of it when I even go to London. So my fans in London, they come in numbers to my shows like it's Ghana, and I'm watching around the world, America, the places I've gone to, Canada, like, and the whole of Europe, like it's crazy, it's heart touching. So I just want to also help to ease down the pressure by also supporting, because I keep donating, I keep releasing face masks. Recently, Casa Preco, thanks to them, they made like over 10,000 face masks for me. My crew is in town sharing some of them. I also have to distribute some of them. So it's something I am hoping for, that this pressure just calms down a bit. It's a menace. It's really worrying our society, but I believe let's just pray that God makes a way for us, so it can really ease down tensions. Then I can also perform, because me, I'm an energetic man. I can't come and stand there and performing like my other people.
I know. I see. Is very short.
I'm telling you, I know say earlier on in the year you released EP for your fans.
Yeah.
As you are postponing the album, some of them are asking me to ask you, will you now spend time to push the EP, because they are saying you didn't push the EP to like the way you were supposed to push the EP. So now that the album they come next year, from now to the end of the year, they say they won't find out. Will the Akim focus on the EP that he did earlier on in the year? No.
Okay. No, thank you very much. You see, the EP was for Shatta Wale hardcore fans. If you're not any of my hardcore fans, you wouldn't understand the meaning of that EP. That EP has gone from south to north, from east to west, just because it was a message I was trying to send to the hardcore fans of Shatta Wale, for them not to forget where we are coming from and where we want to go. So those who said or who are saying we've not pushed the EP, it's just that they really don't, understand the agenda of the EP. If they understand it, they will know that this is EP for Ghana. I always tell people that when I'm doing things, I want to position them. That's why in my sleepless nights I said, I am an old timer. I know all these roads. I know all these markets where I offload my goods. You get what I'm saying? So if I drop an EP, you check the standard of it and know that no. And it's only the hardcore fans of Shatta Wale that really understands whatever I drop. So all I would want to urge people or fans who are new to the empire is that they should still keep pushing it. We should keep pushing it because it has not really got. Because when I get my sound, when they put it on WhatsApp, all the groups get it, and the streams will be on the internet like that for a while before people even get into it. So basically, they shouldn't worry. We're going to be pushing that back. First, now I've dropped one with Medical called Miss Money, and I'll urge everybody to start pushing that because the video is going to come up very soon. And I believe Sammy Flex TV is going to be the first to show it.
Very sharp one, right? How many songs are we looking at for the new album? Any idea?
Well, for the new album, I'm looking at solid maybe 20 tracks.
Whoa!
Yeah, I'm looking at doing Afrobeat collaboration, and I'm looking at doing an international world music collaboration as well. So that is what I'm really looking at. I want something that when Kwame does it, yes, at least he'll just give me some, tap on the shoulder and say, kudos, Mr.
Alright, Kwame, it's your time to come in.
You see, I don't really have questions, but my submission is that for a long time we've been yearning for Shatta to get out there. All we've been saying is that Shatta has kind of made up his mind to rule the whole of Ghana and not trying to go outside. So remember the last article I wrote about him, where I pointed out what the magic wand has been for him, employing all the factors and all the tools to make sure he gets to this far. Now, from what he's saying, everything he's saying clearly shows that Shatta, irrespective of the COVID-19, is trying to put together a solid album for us. The basics of it on here already, so the members is here. And so if you're a fan out there and you are pushing so hard that you should bring out an album right now. Don't forget, Rain album came. We saw the razzmatazz that came with it, with all the concerts, with all the noise, people traveling from far and near, merchandise to come to see it. Now forget about the virtual concert he did. He is releasing another album to beat the previous ones. And for this one, he's trying to go international, doing collaborations from the African continent and then going worldwide. And so if you are trying to tell somebody like this who has already chopped some big feats in the past to just come out with anything just because we are in the COVID-19 season and you can do just as everybody is doing, then it means that he is not beating the mark that he set for himself. So yes, I understand. Basically, he's telling us that the thing is not ready yet. Not ready as in terms of he not being musically ready to give us an album, but he needs to beat that mark. What you did last the previous years, you don't need to repeat the same thing. You need to go ahead and then give us something that we can talk about and say, oh, this time around, this is Shatta Wale that we're talking about. The guy we want to go international and bring us more laurels. And very soon we hear Beyonce is dropping the visuals for already.
I mean, ask him.
Okay. And so I was even thinking, Shatta, I was even thinking that perhaps you thought once that particular visuals drop, there will be some attention, some bars. So you would want to, at least we know how you do your things, to push the bars out for some time. I don't know.
But you see what you're saying?
Yeah.
I don't have to tell you everything, but I've told Sammy, you're a prophet. Clap for yourself.
No, is there something special you want to do for the arrival of the video? Is there something special, like something?
Oh no, the video drop there. We have to cut cake because it doesn't happen.
But you see, Wale,
yeah,
I have some chats here. The chat talk like it is like people foresee some of these things. Let me ask you, do you think that if you have a certain publicist that is dedicated to your works, some of these great achievements. I'm looking at a chart from ranker.com. It says the best new dancehall songs of 2020. Number 1, Too Ugly, Wale. Number 2, Apple Juice, Shatta Wale. Number 3, Dream Tropical House to Jamaica, Shatta Wale. 3, top 3. And your fans will come and be beating the media that we don't talk about it. Do you think that there's a certain small missing link in your team when it comes to pushing your achievements that you have out there? Because Kwame made a comment that you want to go international. I think you are already international. This is an international website. Given you are top 3. So how come your local fans are not able to see some of these things so it can push their brand to more places and to new markets?
You know, I like what you even said right away. Like I just asked you a funny question. It's just funny. You know me, so I'm a comedian, so I like to, So if I actually see too ugly, can you sing it?
Too ugly. No, he can't sing.
No, I can't sing it.
No. Sammy, black even can't sing it. Why would I say he can't sing it? What I'm just trying to say is that sometimes I don't really want to stress you people. I know you people see all these things and try your best to put it out there. But the fans really see it so well that because they followed, it's like everyone in his church. They've been to my church, so they know things that I am doing. So when somebody says, "Oh, Shatta and miracle," they can argue with you. You know what I'm saying? So basically, it's just that you people might have seen it, but I've taken it upon myself as a cross that I won't put that burden on any media personnel to promote my dancehall songs because we are not Jamaicans, one, and that is not our culture, too. It's just that it's a marketplace that I feel I can also make small money from. And that is why I'm pushing positive vibes into that generation or into that genre so that I can really, also build my craft worldwide. At least I can go and stand on the stage in America and still, sing in the Jamaican dialect and come back to my local dialect or my pidgin dialect if I have to go that way. So basically, the reason why I asked you to sing for me is that I know you can't sing it. And every 2-3 months, I top charts. It's crazy. Like my team in Jamaica are working so hard. You asked me of a publicist. We have a publicist in the US. We have one in the UK that are doing the international.
I know you have one lady. I think when I tried to do this story, one of your die-hard fans was trying to put me in contact with one of your publicists is a lady or an agent. It's a lady, right?
In Jamaica.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was trying to put me because some of these things. Well, it opens up the market into different markets. You understand? When we are able to throw light on it, I know that it's not our culture and it's not part of us. But when we're able to throw light on it, we're able to push you into new markets. So maybe you should let some of them send the press releases down because I know they do a lot of circulation for you outside,
especially the cruise to Jamaica album.
So if you can let them send it down here so that we can also throw more light on it, then it can open you into new markets. Who knows?
Okay, great one. No. There is this question I know so many people would want to know. Since you started promoting the single track called Mansa Musa, I swear it will be now. We have been waiting for Mansa Musa until even one boy from Nigeria said you've stolen his concept of a design or whatever. That is another story. And still, we have not heard Mansa Musa. Shatta Wale, where is Mansa Musa?
Actually, he's on a camel. He's in Dubai.
Mansa Musa is on a camel in Dubai. And you're better off.
So, oh my God, I was on pet flight. It's your camel on the baby. Let's see here.
No, Shatta, this is not enough. Where is Mansa Musa?
So you asked me where is Mansa Musa? And I'm sorry that he's on the camera. I'm going to into Brazil. You couldn't get Sammy. And he, come watch you here. Why not Mansa Musa?
Obeka album no one.
Is it on the album?
Obeka album no one.
The gift of.
Is Mansa Musa? There's one great track that I really want to put out there. It's gonna be the #1 track ever in Africa.
Nice.
With Vibes Cartel.
Yes, I mean, you see, I'm laughing. The laughing, I'm laughing. If it's that day where you go see, say, Kwame Dance, you know, if you Rasta guy.
Why is he a Rasta guy?
No, that day you go see, say, you go sing Vibes Cartel in parts from A to Z. You understand me? We go love up. You understand? Because Vibes has been one, you know, like artist that wanted to come to Africa so bad. You know, and I've taken it upon myself to promote his works, you know, to push his things anywhere, you know. I'm in contact with his family, like his kids, like they all know me, and I'm like family to them, and that is why Shatta Movement has affiliated itself to the Gaza Empire, and we are trying to build, you know, a clean and positive dancehall world for the next generation to come. You know, if you see his children now, like his children are doing so well, like, you know, with their songs, they are topping charts, you know, like that. And I'm really loving that. So basically, Mansa Musa is a song that we've really held on to that, you know. That is one weapon that, you know, like, you know, American president, if like Gidi come, they will give him some part, they will actually make you put your hand for top. If you press, missile come out, it go Russia, this one go here, you know, it creates war, you know. That missile I have with Vibes Cartel is one of the greatest gift ever God has given me, because it has been my dream to work with him, and you know, me having a collaboration with him, thanks to his team, thanks to everybody that made it possible. I really want this particular song to also be on the album, so that is what I'm talking about. That one, we brought the artwork out, so that's why everybody, like, you know, knows that I have like a collaboration like that. But yeah, the other ones that I want to do, if you see the flyer, you see this one is from Mansa Musa, this one there is don't go.
I see. But there was a guy who suggested or put out some information that you stole an idea of the Mansa Musa poster from him. I don't know how you were able to deal with that issue.
I think his bundle is not okay. Well, if his bundle is okay, you can come and tell me I stole Mansa Musa. The guy is dead. The guy is dead. The guy is dead, sorry. So no, but I don't understand this. Somebody that is dead decided stole him from you. Concept. Mansa Musa is on the internet. He's the Africa's richest man, worth $400 billion or something. He's dead. You see, I've stolen. Let me give you a hype small, Charlie. What is his name?
Well, you see, you were talking about certain collabo that would be like international. Since you've done Beyonce, you've done Vibes Cartel. Should we say the person will be like Jay-Z?
Well, it's a dream. Oh, Charlie, I love Nonera. God will bless you, because I don't know why. Have you been drinking with Sammy's tea mark or something? That's Sammy, they still ask me some vision questions, but I don't know, you got professionals in there. This program, people don't call you doctor, don't call me. You know, I recently played a song, and I actually sent it to some people that showed this my little DLC collaboration that I had. You know, this blissful opportunity. You know, I met some people, not around Beyonce, but you know, me going to America, meeting people, and I sent a song to them, and I told them that I want the song to have Jay-Z on it. And you know what they told me? It's possible, bruh. It's not bruh. Is it a bruh? It made me, it made me feel so good, because they are music experts. These are people who know much and ins and outs of this whole industry, like in the world, when it comes to world music. And we're like, this is the kind of thing that Jay-Z is gonna like to feature on. So yes, like I said, I'm hoping to get the best that I can get, because I want the world or other musicians in the other countries or other worlds to just understand or feel me, that I have this gift that the same God has given to them, and we can combine it together and make the world, you know, a loving place and a proud place. Because I really want to bring that love in between, that gift God has given me, that gift God has given Vibes Cartel, that gift God has given me and has given Jay-Z, Beyonce. I want to like merge those things together for people to see how wonderful, you know, the world can be when we are together and living in peace and harmony.
I see. Now already there is a story out there that Sarkodie has featured an artist who is bigger than Jay-Z. Jay-Z, I guess. So I wonder who else you are going to feature to beat that record your man Sarkodie has made.
Well, you know, it's never good to when I reduce like that. You know what I just want to say is that music is music. You see, the way I see myself as a musician, that's the same way I see Stonebwoy. That's the same way I see Sarkodie. That's the same way I see Sammy. You know, so that's why I don't know how to say somebody bigger than, you know, because every artist is big in his or her own way. You know, somebody can say Shatta Wale or Sarkodie or Stonebwoy are the A-list artists in Ghana. Somebody will say it's Patapa. You understand me? You try and argue with it. Now I talk Akubambi, now it's in music. That's why I say I learned much about music, so I know how to refer to things when it comes to music. Like we don't have the most biggest song you ever did. All your songs you did, which people loved and danced to, are big songs. You know, musicians you can't say this is my song, but it might have strings, it might have blah blah blah, but you can still say that because in music it's spiritual. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody has just somebody bigger than Jay-Z, then I think maybe it's Angel Gabriel. You know, the healing thing right there.
Any abusia and the tap send this so adentia every say so easy, reliable, fast and convenient. Sim market where be na adofo and saka sikano e Ghana e quite pay and I will be fast so and one say go back grabo or smartphone now I download do tap send e wo phone so now what they call and need some kesi and say baby I will be what me send this sika e come wabusia e wo my Ghana mu e wa bra wonti ahye tap Nemo mukai say what be you so promo code it was screen you see and the so now we £5 on top, €5 on top. Sika, what do you come out ebusia? Ewo oh my Ghana, ma mene papa, any budget dodo, tap aba.
More yes, because you know I raise him so much. You know, people feel we have stuff going on, but he's my brother. You know, sometimes boys school no go plenty, so me teach you boys school lifestyle.
Yeah,
and you know, they should just understand that. Yes, it's a music world. Sometimes you want to create hype, but we should be careful of how we create the hypes. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Jay-Z might love Sarkodie so much, but this statement might, really, put him down. Because I didn't know how come Beyonce featured me. Maybe Jay-Z might wake up one day and say he's looking for the best African rappers, but because of this statement, you know how the internet is also like how the internet is right now. People will be sending messages, and when he sees it, it's going to be something where they say, yes, he's bigger than Jay-Z in terms of Osikacha and Jay-Z. If you was streamed since Jay-Z, we don't mind, but don't put it out there like that. Play with the marketing strategies like me. I know how to say things that can get energy. That one, I don't think they are serious with that. Maybe they just want to create a hype around it. So like Jay-Z, I'm apologizing on the behalf because Charlie,
I see. Now, before we started 2020, your team started putting out slogans, all out. Has COVID stopped the all out agenda, or still you think you are going all out in 2020?
Thank you very much. I think Fit Concept was one of the all out strategies and the visions. That's the reason why we said all out. Because I didn't make it look like COVID we can't perform again. I showed the world that through any which way we can still perform. Even now I can choose to host shows in my house like every Saturday. because it's even peaceful and it's even nice with a swing like that, with no crowd. Me, I like rehearsing like that. I'm a poolside already, so the pool that I'm talking about, the pool, the pool. So basically, all out, yes, Faith Concert is one of them. Me doing donations here and there, me releasing songs here and there. You can see through this even I'm trying to get closer to people, doing my normal endorsement deals. My work is good for me because I have companies that I'm working with and I have to promote products for them here and there. So I'm moving up and down each and every day, but the all out was meant for everything. So I don't know what question you want to ask, apart from what I've said.
Okay, Nanaya.
Yes, well, let's talk about the all out. How is the mesh doing?
Well, like we sold a couple, I would say 200 and something, thousand. That's what we got from some pieces we made out there. I think we made money, and then it was good. But we trying to keep the rain, because people really love the rain. Up until now, people call us from the US, from UK, and still requesting to get the rain. But because of COVID, we actually did all the mesh from Turkey and China, and because of the COVID, it's really worrying us because I had trainers coming in, I had my own boxer shorts coming in, because I like wearing boxer shorts in the pool, the pool, I have a pool. So basically, that's it. And we had those flat calls for people who really want the rain more than the all out. But I think the all out really also did good for us.
Okay, so let me say big up to you. I saw the packaging. It was really on point, and I feel once again I feel that some of these things, the packaging was so good, the photo shoots, even the way the branding was. It's up there. So try and make us have some of these instead. We can be pushing it into the space for you because your fans, they'll be beating us, Wale. The thing is our fault.
No. Most of my fans, they are disappointed boxers. So when they get to
I see. Now, away from the album and all out, let's see latest on the Militants. I hear some of them have regretted, and some of them would want to come back. How far so far? For life is for life. Are they coming back?
Eps.
Oh, well, I can see, that, recently I heard, Natalie said he was raising an ep.
In fact, Shatta, let me add this. When I heard Natalie talking about ep, then I remembered when Shatta said, no, the guy did not finish learning. That's why I go for interviews.
No, because I don't, these are the reasons why I have said, and I think what I was saying, I was even saying it in anger, but now I'm even laughing at it because I've said it several times, but people feel it's me because they don't know certain things when it comes to music. And people don't really want to understand that side of me when I say that. Because how can you go and sit on national TV and say, it means it was a long form for him, so the short form was what he has mentioned. You can't do that in Germany. I can bet you. So basically that's what I said. Because when somebody sent me the video and I was like, what does he want to say? Being a musician, know much things about music, and I believe Ghanaians will attest to that, and and they will also find time. I'm always praying for them because I don't hate them. I love them. I really wish them well. It's just that sometimes I just want to let people know that in life, when God opens a door for you, you really embrace it. I was listening to a good speaker that was talking, motivational speaker, and he was talking about people that feel they do movements and take it as achievements. I tell people, yes, movements are right, but why is Sammy Flex really flourishing in his entertainment world? You check Sammy Flex, Sammy Flex, that's movement. But what are his movements? Anytime, 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock, he is live on his program, doing what he has to do to really make money. But some people feel, they can walk around and they take it as achievements. Like me. So, I mean, I don't walk around but the kind of things that I move to, they bring me results. And those are one of the things you are doing. So I would just advise them to really learn from, moving around and think they can feature this person, feature this person, and feature this person, and learn what music is. Like the way you have learned what entertainment is, and you are there with Kwame. Sometimes Kwame does write something and I read, and maybe even it's blasting me. I feel so proud that wow, look at the way they have insulted me in the night. It's not question.
Yeah. I tell them say the men and buy something can give you. The buy can give you. I said men and buy cow, 4 cows.
Not the buy. I never think of.
Buy. Oh, these people.
No, I just say if Masabusa can read that, they will bring their car along.
I see. So they still have some things to learn, but you were the right person to have taught them all these. So over the years, what were they doing with you that a common EP your man couldn't get right?
You see, that's what I'm saying. That over the years, they were with me and I was teaching them, and like a school, wait and finish. But they are in so much haste. I don't know where they are going to. But I was, me. I mean, I like having fun. So when they were here, they were really having fun. My mom would be or more trippy. What do I say? I do this for them. I was a pimp when I was with them. I was their pimp.
You were their pimp?
Yeah, I was their pimp.
I see. Why don't they have mouth to call their own girls?
No, in the Shatta movement, I have the biggest mouth. So I use it to do everything. It can solve problems. It can bring money. It can pimp too. That's the other side that people don't know about me. That one day, like, I'm very good at that side. To pimp us, come down, I'll pimp him something. Like, so I was not pimping it until
I see. Alright, we are wrapping up. Finally.
Let's go back to the album, man. Is there a female on the album? Because recently on UTV, you made a very nice comment about the Ghanaian female artist. So I want to find out if there's a female collabo on the album.
It's good you brought this up. What I'm about to do right now too is that I'm gonna work with most of the female artists in Ghana. That is what, aside the GOG album, that is what I've taken upon myself. That if I don't release the album now, then I'm really going to concentrate on the females and do more things with them. I was trying to host another concert with the females alone. Because I really want that generation to also enjoy entertainment. Because most of the females don't get to get recognized, and apart from if that came about with Eno and Sister Fia and them girls, I think I want to take this opportunity to also put females out there. And yes, I'm looking up to 3 females on my GOG album, and these are like top-notch females that I really want them to be
females in our Ghanaian music industry or outside our music industry?
Outside our music industry.
Oh, I see.
Outside, but I'm gonna have maybe 2 or 3 on the album too as well. From Ghana. So that's what I'm really trying to do. I want to have some collaborations with a female artist and maybe a Nigerian artist or a South African artist. We all gonna be in try. But the rest of the outside world, the international market, I'm looking at getting 2 females, solid females that people really know about and that people love when it comes to music.
Okay, last one. Let's talk about the females too. You like on UTV, you did explain why you are not working with most of them, because you said they don't really understand the marketing part of the music, right? I know that you are very smart when it comes to building or developing content. Any plans on like I'm saying, sharing knowledge with our female managers around, so that it can also help the female artists in Ghana?
Well, I have great plans. I have strategies. I have ways that they can, use to make, money for themselves if they are ready to, have a meeting with me or tete-a-tete with me. I was really telling somebody just last week that I really want to have a forum and just start telling people my strategies about music. It shouldn't be when I'm 65 and I'll come and I don't want to talk like that. I want to be in my prime like this. And yes, I was telling Bulldog that boldly I might be one of the first artists to just resign from music and just go do other projects and still would record and send it out there, but wouldn't be performing because I feel my branches are opening so much that I can be doing certain things for the creative arts as well. So I'm looking at a whole bigger picture more than me performing, but me rather also helping structure this industry. So yes, there are a whole lot of things that are going to come up, but with the females, I just want to really have time for them. So if they have managers and the managers are females, I would love to meet them. If the females themselves feel they can call me so we talk, why not? I'll be ready to also meet them so we can talk, because most of them are scared in the industry with things that they've heard, with things that they think should be done right for them to really move on. But in every life road, there are ways to kill a cat, and that's one of the ways I've used. People see it as disrespect, but I keep apologizing to people who have felt bad about the brand back in the days, and I know most of them are understanding me now that normally the guy was a comedian, was acting like Rambo.
Nice one. Last one. Xylophone just signed a new female artist, Tisha.
Yeah.
Any plans with Tisha? Any blessing for her since you are looking at doing something with females? Since she's on your label, the same label as you.
Xylophone. Me and Xylophone is for life. Even though I don't think my contract has even ended. What has ended? Sorry.
Shatta, it has ended.
Sorry. Why do you have to end it like that?
No, it is renewable, so we will talk.
I beg you, make people add like another 7 years because because I would say like Tisha just understand that she has a big brother, on the label that she can always confide in. Our honorable Nanapia, I call him honorable, because he's one guy who had the vision, to really push us out there. And if he has, started, gradually, like again, we need to also support him and make sure that he gets to the target point he wants to get to. So yeah, with her, because it says that day when I was coming there, one of my boys had an accident, so we had to rush him to 37 and stuff like that. But I didn't want to, alarm people by, taking it, in some way. So I told Bulldog, we should keep calm when I'm done, So I have to even go and see my CEO Nanapia and talk to him about, this new artist, so I can see how I can support her as a big brother.
Nice one.
Great. Sammy, any final thing you can add?
No, I think he's raised people's expectations so high because for this one, all the things he's yobbing about, and we know he can talk so well when it comes to talking about what he wants to do. He's one person who has the mouth to sweet tongue you. Okay, so doing your own PR in a nice way like this. Expect that people will be looking forward to a very great album.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't hit the expectations, they will also do their reviews, and you need to accept them in good faith.
All right, thank you so much. And let's talk about a new one with Medical, Miss Money. Did you say a video is coming out soon?
Yes, we shot some scenes, and I think it's like with the last scene. Because of Corona, we are taking time to have the best of time. I think we shot one during the lockdown. And so I don't want to just thank, my big men and, from the government that, really gave me a pass for us to really, have that work done. And it's left with a few things that we have to shoot. Then it's out. It's a great song. I see most of the girls are loving it. And, it was an inspiration thing I got to, I'm on TikTok, and people love me on TikTok as well. So that vibe all came from TikTok, and I said, oh, let me just do something for the fans and the pretty girls that I have following me. Shout out to all the pretty girls on TikTok. I got you. Don't worry, I'm gonna be right there.
I know. Now people are really loving that one because it is easy to sing along. It is not that hardcore kind of songs that only the core fans can listen to. Everyone can listen to. Now, this morning you were in Kumasi, as in you were the topic in Kumasi because of a post that you are now a supporter of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. In fact, one of the stations chased me, that they wanted to talk to you. I said, okay, talk to the manager, they will do that arrangement. How about this Kotoko new fan Shatta Wale? What is happening with Kotoko?
Well, myself, Kumasi is one place that I've always tried to, have a relationship, Shatta she comes from Kumasi. That is one thing. And apart from she coming from Kumasi, I have this love in Kumasi. Or I had this
Why,
love.
Shatta, do you still love Shatta Michi?
Oh no, she's a brilliant girl, nice girl, but I was just trying to refer to something. You don't really ask the question like my professor, why Shatta, do you still love Shatta Michi? I just mentioned her name because I got that connection from there as well, but it's the fans, the love I get from Kumasi, right from the airport, or even if I have to use the road and, the barriers, to enter into Kumasi, even, the love I get, is so deep for me, and I've always wanted to do something great for Kumasi, and, I wish, their, royalty, His Excellency, but your friend is let me hear me speak. My almost starting with some way.
Take Kokosu,
to the second. He's always somebody my inspiration. I always say Shatta Movement Empire. I see my empire grow to be something like that. From music, but it has grown into a whole generational thing that we can all respect, the do's and don'ts, the norms and whatever, and follow the so Kumasi has been my place. So when I saw my godfather, Dr. Kofiaban, being one of the board chairman, for the team, I was like, yo man, this is it. If my godfather, who's been supportive and really making sure I really live a good life, why not I support whatever he supports. So because of Dr. Kofiaban, I'm a full Kotokorean.
Businessman.
so now all the SM fans are also going to be for Kotoko, I guess.
But
if you're an SM fan, you're not a Kotokorean. When I leave, they should wait. I like having this. I'll have this with them very soon. Then we'll leave them and go to another team.
what happened to the team that you support?
But for now, every Shatta Movement fan, must join Kotoko. By hook or crook. Because I'll be checking ID card. I'll have ID cards coming out. He is ready. We'll be, selling to the fans, for you to be a member, real member of Shatta. If you come, you have to show your football team that you support.
I see. Shatta Wale, thanks so much for your time. And if there is any message you want to share before you leave us, please do before you say bye-bye.
Well, I just want to say thank you for you guys hosting me, and one thing I just want to also tell the general public is that COVID-19 is so real that I beg people should still continue to wear their face mask, and if possible try and also wear your gloves, and just try and protect yourself. But if you have anywhere important to go to, please stay at home, because it's so real. I never had calls from people close to me, but now I'm having calls from people that know people around me that have gotten COVID-19, and it's very dangerous. So I just advise everybody to stop. They shouldn't worry. The music there, I'll be dropping more. I have plenty songs I've recorded, but I'm just trying to announce the GOG project where it has gotten to and how we really want to structure it before I start dropping more singles after the medical song. So people should expect that. So thank you. And maybe if you want to ask me some question again, you can ask me because time has not gone anywhere.
No, when you come to the studio, we continue. There are more.
Okay, yeah, blah. Okay, the day I'm coming to the studio, bring Nana Kwabidazi, I beg you.
No problem.
Don't bring the big guy.
I'll not bring Shatta. We'll talk again some other time.
Okay, God bless you.
Alright, so that was the long and short of the SM boss Shatta Wale. Say thanks to man like For Real Main Sound for giving us the Joy Diary. Kwame Dazi, I'm sure you guys will.
So apart from Manil, we have Joy too.
Yeah, we have Joy Diary and we have Bele as well. So if you want Bele, if you want Joy Diary, call our brother For Real Main Sound on 0544 593311 0544 593311.
Yeah, I think so. All kind of up or now to a postpone a nice idea. I think that you not want put for the fans to listen to, but my case is a well, my grand. I have more. Because I never knew Shatta can talk like he's a good communicator. Because when you Shatta, just angry and then today I'm very surprised because most of the time when you follow people on social like Facebook on Kasaboko and Nepal. Several times you see when you show crowded or Kasabra, sometimes you feel like what's wrong with this man?
And then they walk on the other side of Shatta.
And then they were surprising. But the last thing I'm telling you is that on the multi-million game how on earth can you leave the champion across the book? Never say that. Not for support
I see. All right. Thank you, Hayford. I'll see when you say Shatta bit more complicated saying that. Yes, it is because people call him when he's angry. That's true. Yeah. Most of the times, people have conversations with him when he's angry. Yeah. When issues that really border on anger comes and they call him. And if you call him, those ones, you know the guy. They're colleague on come. Alright, I'm sure we might have to end the show here today. Guys, thanks so much for being a part of it. Guys, I hope
free next week me to in Kuto.
And the day
raw in Kuto.
No one for be a man.
Me now put us now bedroom into your package. Just my brand and Kuto raw.
Now they don't tell you.
Enjoy.
I'm not coming Kuto at the end of one year. I am more. Next week. Now you are serious? Now be well, natural share butter, to use. For your beard, for cooking.
Landing for the bit to be TNT. Hello, good evening. Yes, sir. Everything cool, bro.
Yeah, guys, champion Wale. Either you love him or you hate him. There's no two ways about Shatta Wale.
I know.
But you know why Shatta Wale? You know why? Shatta, when he comes to a program, he feel comfortable because you are cool with him. There's no way Shatta Wale will disrespect you. You know? Yeah, it's the point between you and Shatta Wale. You respect him and he respect you. So even though when they come to the program, he will never come and do that. Hey, never. When he do that, he just do it for fun. But he does. Okay, handle with you. I could all your partners in the studio. Thank you. Bye.
All right, thank you so much. Kwame, you finally landed.
Was it me?
Next week.
Mobile share butter. Wow, if you know of many of mobile, to check the meaning of mobile, my own say, share butter already original.
Okay.
Natural one.
What is happening at your end too?
Name Tonshi. Okay,
city.
Yeah, I'm gonna weekend.
Okay, just yeah, gossip.
Oh, see, the money did you?
Concerning the year, which names are. Alright, here the people are saying they are very satisfied with what Shatta Wale said. God bless you. Keep sharing the message for us. This program happens every weekday from Mondays throughout to Fridays, 8 to 10 p.m. Let's do this for Mother Ghana. Let's project our showbiz to the world. Thanks to Digital Rasta Currency, to Richie Flex, Lapi G, MC Berima, Tilly, Akuya Nipa, in Team Chamo. God bless you so much, Nana Reagan. Thanks to all our sponsors and all those who are talking about loving my attire. And then I'm on for saying my attire, young for Chale Koyak Fashion. And then, so you can also call Koyak to give you something like this: 0242557715. 0242557715. And thanks to Maneo Foods as well for giving us something to drink and something to eat as well. And to Joy Diary, my garage Luke Bay, the best people in town, as well as you for watching. My name is Sammy Flex. We're out of here. Hello, good people. My name is Samuel Atobiba. When you come to Ghana, I'm popularly known as Sammy Flex. I am an entertainment journalist and a broadcaster, and I want to recommend Sammy Flex TV YouTube channel for you. Anytime you want entertainment content from Ghana, I can promise you we have everything you need. So what I want you to do now is to subscribe to Sammy Flex TV YouTube channel with the bell and get all the notifications. I promise you, you'll never regret it. Thank you for watching.